Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back for some more EVE Online, and in today's video I am taking the Jackdaw out for another spin. I basically have been trying to run an experiment with the Jackdaw to see if a 200 DPS Edencom cruiser would be able to handle the final rat in a 4 out of 10. So I finally found a nation-occupied mining colony. Hopefully it won't get stolen again. That's actually what happened last time. I took a little bit too much time to clear the first room, and then someone else just came in, started wailing on the target that I wanted to test on, and it didn't work out. So let's get started here. The main reason why I'm taking this Jackdaw out is because I feel like it can give a comparable result, because of course I can split the launchers like I'm doing here, and then I can actually attack 5 of them at the same time like this, and that's basically like the 5 bounces that you have with the Vorton projector. So I feel like you have a little bit of a feel as to what it can do for clearing out rats like this, which is very cool. Honestly, just look at these small guys die in just a couple of volleys. And then you have some DPS calculations. Right now it's like 53, almost 52.7 DPS for every launcher, and so it should be possible to see if I can break the true SiSi cruiser in the second room with let's say 3 or 4 launchers. I'm really not sure what the highest DPS is that you'll be able to pull on a single target with the Vorton projector on the cruiser, and that's really basically what I want to see is how close will we get with like 200 DPS. I think that's doable, but that's already going to be a little bit of a limit. Now, the big advantage of something like the Jackdaw is of course that I can do this. I can activate all my launchers on a single target, and then I get a total of 250 plus DPS going on that cruiser, and so that will take care of the target pretty swiftly and effectively. So there we go. Let's clear out this first room, and then the second room, well, I'm running a small booster, so I gotta be like a little bit careful on that. And I should probably... Can I already try my orbit? I guess I can. On top of that, we're running some resistance modules, which have been nerfed a little bit, so I'm definitely gonna try to be a little careful in the Jackdaw here. But our range, 70 kilometers, that's pretty damn nice, of course, and we can just go after these cruisers. Perhaps, just for sake of the tests, when we reach the final 5, I'll also spread the missiles out on them and see if it is possible with just this like 50 DPS to break them, and it also might give you an idea compared to a Vorton projector with 200 DPS on a cruiser, which again is going to be like my benchmark. Well, just say that you'll do 4 times the amount of damage. So let's get going on that. First volley is out on all of these cruisers. That does look very cool as well. Missiles launched in all directions, and yeah, this does around 20% of their shields on the first one, and then the second one goes down to 66%-ish, 50% on the next one. And so I really think that when we get to armor, we'll be in a little bit more trouble, because they do have active reps, and that's really also the real worry on the final cruiser in this 4 out of 10. It has a lot of resistances, and it has those active reps that are actually pretty impressive. I'm getting a little bit close, but let's see here on this armor. So we're at 88, and then the next hit goes to 76. And that's not really that much, although we are firing decently quickly. I am seeing the reps here, and so this is obviously not very effective. But you can also imagine if every shot, or if you'd be running something like with this type of area of effect on 5 targets, but that has like 4 times the DPS than what we're running now, we will pretty easily break all of these guys, of course. So I'm actually gonna pause this, and then we're just going to refocus on 1 target, take them all down, then get into that next room. So this does go a lot faster. And that is, of course, the disadvantage of the Vorton projector is that you don't have this option. You can't say, all right, you know what, let's get to 5 attacks on a single target, burn that one down as quickly as possible. That just doesn't work. You know, this also clearly shows the difference between some of them. I mean, that Phantasm had a lot of tank. It's also showing up as a battle cruiser because of the extra bar. Same with the Spectre. So those take a little bit more time. And then the Torturer and the Execrator were actually a little bit weaker in the cruiser hull and were more easily broken even on a single launcher. So pretty big difference on those. I think I can stop my Afterburner at this point as well. Let's take care of that Spectre here. Go, go, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. He's at 30. Maybe we'll take a quick look at that. There they go. There they come, my missiles. And yeah, this is 250 DPS in total. I don't think you're gonna get a cruiser with a Vorton projector that does that. I may be wrong on that, but I really don't think that that'll work. And so here, of course, that cruiser takes a little bit more time to rep as well. A little bit weaker on all fronts, and so we should be able to, especially if I use all my launchers, to get through this decently, quickly, and effectively. Okay, go, 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 because we are, of course, taking a little bit more time on this than something like a Gila or an Ishtar. Let's go into the next room, do a quick right-click, reload all, and we will be ready. I will try to take some enemy damage off the field before I go after the True Sasha, I think, just because I'm not comfortable to just dive straight for that loot. My tank's not that strong, and the incoming damage could become a little bit of a problem. So we're actually going to start by slow boating in this direction. We'll look for some stuff that's close enough. Maybe we'll even try hitting that Phantasm first, take it down, then take care of some of the smaller frigates, and after that take care of the True Sasha back there, who of course has the loot. I could, well, it's actually, yeah, 70 kilometers with the Afterburner. I could probably actually try the experiment right away. Well, we'll get rid of these guys first, and then we'll get started on that. On top of that, I missed a click, so this is only 4 launchers, which is also actually what I want to do on that True Sasha. Okay, so that one goes down really quickly. 5 left. Let's do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so that would be one shot of the Vorton projector that could potentially do this as well. And you can at 4 times the damage of what you're seeing here. I do think that it will potentially one-shot some of these small guys. But let's go here. True Sasha Foreman, 45 kilometers, should be in range. And I'm gonna start with just 3 of them. And then I guess I'll just take the opportunity to go after some more of that small stuff. 4 and 5, for instance. And let's see what we do or how we do against that True Sasha Foreman. Maybe I'll do something like an orbit at the current 49 to stay in range. And let's see how we do when it comes to the armor. So we can go 4 and 5. Oh, that's actually a cruiser. Well, we'll fix it later, but there we go. And this is exactly what I was afraid of. You can now see we are doing damage to the armor. He goes down to 85%, but his rep is so fast that he's actually out-repping my 3 launchers without any real problem. So this could basically take forever. I mean, we've got a little bit of a sliver left of damage after that rep. After this one as well. So maybe, but it would take a very long time at the 150 DPS range, which is what I got on that that cruiser on the tester. Well, we're slowly breaking it. I'm actually surprised by that. 150-ish DPS, and we are slowly breaking the tank of this True Sasha Foreman. That's actually pretty damn impressive. That is very good news, potentially, for an explorer. I mean, you just have to imagine it now, that the clearing speed in the first room, and here in the second room potentially as well, would be 4 times as good as what you saw me do in this Jackdaw, because every shot would be running at 200 DPS and would hit 5 targets. That would be amazing. And yeah, just these 3 launchers are breaking that true Sancha Form. Now granted, it's also in the right damage type. That's gonna make a difference. It's taking a pretty long time, but we can very easily imagine getting into the 4 launcher range with the Vorton projector in the cruiser if we get all the skill stick to the best ammo, and then maybe even 3 low slots with damage amplification. So honestly, I'm kind of impressed that this worked on just 3 launchers. That is very good news for my plan to give it a try, basically. Let's do 1, 2, 3, and 5 on this one, and maybe a couple of these. Yeah, that does mean that it should be possible to run all of these sites, including, this was what I was most worried about, this 4 out of 10 with the Overseer Cruiser in the, I think it's called the Stormbringer, in the cruiser with Vorton projectors. And of course, on the boss, you just saw it, it is slow, it's not very efficient, but everything else is just going to melt that much more quickly, and you can just start right on the boss. Everything around is just going to melt as you do your shots. So this, I feel like it'll have potential. I'm very surprised. I thought 4 would be something that the true Sancha Foreman would outrep. Seeing how we just handled it with just 3 of them, okay, it'll work. Test successful. I'm kind of surprised. I thought it would be a lot tougher than this. Let's see if I'm lucky on the loot. Let's press loot all. 80 million. Yeah, okay, I'll definitely take that. And happens to be just 1 jump out of the tull, so that's very good news. And yeah, if you want something a little bit different, but definitely also fun to use in exploration, this Jackdaw is amazing. Also cleaning up the anomalies with auto-targeting missiles is very, very satisfying. But very happy that this test worked out, and I'm kind of looking forward now to getting the Vorton projector in action for some of that exploration. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time.